Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jayden Holmes.
First off, I'd like to say good evening to everyone in the room. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Go-Go and me, for showing up and showing your support. So, thank you for that. All right. During my middle school and high school days, Go-Go was a driving factor in my progress as a musician, as a songwriter, and as an aspiring audio engineer. None of my achievements would have been possible nor as satisfying if it hadn't been for my loving auntie being with me every step of the day, or every step of the way. Sorry about that. For those of you in the room that don't know my life story, I'll give you the abbreviated version of it. At the age of 7, on the night of July 29th, 2012, I lost my father, Eric, to a heart attack in his sleep. This tragedy was a genuine struggle for me, my mother, and my family, but we somehow made it through. Sometime after this, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and thanks to successful chemotherapy, she went into remission. Despite this, my mother's cancer eventually came back with a vengeance, and she would sadly join my father in heaven on May 19th, 2016. She didn't even get to see me finish the 5th grade before she died. And after finding myself without both of my parents, in the span of 4 years, my mother's sister, or my Lala as I've always called her, I could never say her name fully when I was younger, so yeah. She stepped in and became my legal guardian. Me and Lala had been through a lot together, especially when she herself was diagnosed with breast cancer 6 months after we buried my mom. All this pain and suffering forced me to deal with a large amount of trauma at a young age, but I somehow made it through, somehow. I had to simultaneously deal with moving to a brand new city, starting over at a new school, learning to face all my flaws and shortcomings head on, and I had to grieve the best way an 11-year-old could. That's even possible. Due to the way my life turned out, it makes sense that music became my passion. On this day, October 28th, 2023, I am being honored and presented the 2023 Louis Salgar Award. Thank you. Thank you. This is yet another milestone in my life that I honestly never could have predicted would have been a reality, or would become a reality. You never could have told me back when I attended my first gala and met Mr. Chad for the first time that I would be on this very stage in the very position that I'm in now. For me, receiving this award is the amalgamation of every gift and opportunity that I've received over the course of my life, whether musically or not. Throughout my years with Guitars Over Guns, I've received various invaluable lessons. I remember early on at one gig where Caleb and Rudy coached me through transcribing one of our songs on the spot, even though I'd never done that before. Yeah. I look back fondly on our song, sorry about that. Oof. Aside from all my awesome concert stories, my days in the alumni band are some of my best memories. From 8th grade all the way to senior year, every Monday and Wednesday was a highlight of my week. Aside from our practice days on Mondays, sorry about that. On Wednesdays, I would have my weekly counseling sessions with Ms. Natasha. We started our sessions in my junior year of high school, and she allowed me the tools to work through the latter portion of my adolescence to improve my mental health and anxiety issues. I also can't leave out Mr. Gene. Ooh, sorry about that, y'all. I also can't leave out Mr. Gene for not only all the wisdom he's given me, but also for supporting me when I chose to start creating my own music. It meant the world to me when I showed Mr. Gene my first song, Dahlia. He was just as excited for me as I was for myself, and he never doubted me at any point. Go-Go is filled with a plethora of diverse people from all types of backgrounds and walks of life. But the link between all of us, whether you're a student or a mentor, is music. Music, the very passion that has gotten me to where I am now, and that has been nurtured and cultivated by various people in my life and within Go-Go. I just want to briefly list those people responsible for said cultivation. I'd like to thank Mr. Chad. I'd like to thank Mr. Jean, Miss Natasha, Miss Sarah, Mr. Walker, I'm not sure where Mr. Walker is, but he's out there somewhere. Mr. Jono, of course. Mr. Leo, I'm not sure if he's out here, but find him later. Mr. Danny, Jay Howard, Caleb, of course, Junior, and Rudy. I'd also like to give a thank you to the 3 people who are the sole reason for the young man that I've become today. My auntie, I'm so emotional right now. I'm so sorry, y'all. This is not usual me. My auntie, LaTanya Davis, that's Lala as I always call her. I don't even call her LaTanya. I just say Lala. And the 2 people who chose to bring me into this world, Yolanda and Eric Holmes. And lastly, I'd like to end my speech with a quote from one of my musical idols, aside from Kurt Cobain. For those of you who don't know, I attempted a Kurt Cobain outfit. I'm missing the blonde hair, but I have a Mustang as well, so yeah. My idol that I chose was Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, for those 90 fans out there. Yeah. So, in my eyes, this quote encapsulates the goal of musicianship and the impact that Go-Go strives for, day in and day out. Corgan said, "Like any good tree that one would hope to grow, we must set our roots deep into the ground so that what is real will prosper in the light of love. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy our mistakes."